You ever look at the news and think, gee, I could make money knowing what happens next? Well, millions of people now do just that on platforms like Polymarket and Kalshi. They call them prediction markets. You bet real money on whether something will happen. Elections, wars, sports, even the weather. And right now, they're exploding in popularity.
Isn't that just smart investing? Making money on things you know will happen?
That's what they want you to think, Tanner. But today we're not doing a fairy tale version of these markets. We're doing the grimy underbelly, because when you turn the entire future into a casino with better graphics, a lot can go wrong.
Is this the one thing where rich guys rig the news so they'll win their bets?
Allegedly, Tanner. Allegedly. Let's climb the ladder. Number 10, it's gambling, but they call it information. Prediction markets are legally trying to stay in this weird gray zone between investing and straight up gambling. They say it's crowd wisdom, but you're still putting money on uncertain outcomes and losing it all if you're wrong.
So it's like sports betting, but with a better image?
Exactly. It's like your drug dealer wearing a tuxedo. And that fancy framing tricks your brain into thinking you are smarter than you are. They love to say this is information discovery, not gambling. But you're still putting real money on uncertain outcomes and watching it vanish when you're wrong. The dopamine hits are identical. Notifications every few minutes, charts that move like slot machines. Young men are getting hooked and thinking they're researching the news. Experts are already calling it the next big gambling epidemic. Families ruined, kids dropping out of college, people hiding losses from their spouses. The addiction stories are starting to surface, and this industry is still in its infancy. Number 9, addiction dressed up as intelligence. These apps are designed to be addictive. Constant updates, charts, those little dopamine hits every time the odds move. Experts are already warning they're creating a whole new wave of gambling addicts, especially young men who think they're just researching. Tanner, why are you looking at your phone?
I'm just checking the election odds, Dad.
Are you making more bets on next week's crumble cookie flavors again?
Kentucky buttercup cake is due, I'm telling you.
Number 8, whales can move the market, and they do. A tiny number of big players, whales, can dump millions and swing the odds dramatically. Dump millions and suddenly the probability of something changes. And the news reports it like gospel. During the 2024 election, one French trader allegedly moved markets with tens of millions in bets.
So the little guy is betting against billionaires with better info?
Or against one guy with a lot of money and an agenda. Comforting, right? The French whale shows how rigged it is. That trader made over $80 million betting on Trump winning in 2024. He used multiple accounts and private polling. The little guy, he's the liquidity. He's the exit liquidity.
So billionaires and whales just play with the rest of us?
Exactly. Number 7, insider trading is basically impossible to stop. Someone with non-public info, government officials, executives, even foreign intelligence, can bet before the rest of us know. There have already been cases tied to military strikes and political events.
Wait, so the people who know this stuff are legally or illegally robbing everyone else?
Welcome to the future. A U.S. Army Master Sergeant with top secret clearance used classified info about the Maduro raid in Venezuela. He turned 33,000 into over 400,000 on Polymarket. He's been charged, the first big insider case. There were also clusters of perfect bets right before the U.S. strikes on Iran.
So soldiers are cashing in on warplanes?
Yes, and some Israeli soldiers got arrested for the same thing. Number 6, it can incentivize bad or dangerous things. When people stand to make millions if something bad happens, some might be tempted to help it happen, or at least not stop it. Think about markets on assassinations, wars, or scandals.
Man, that's dark.
Yeah, turns out putting a price tag on chaos changes how people behave. When millions ride on chaos, some people stop hoping for peace. They start needing the disaster that pays out. So let's get dark. A Secret Service agent makes a bet that the president will be shot, and then lets it happen? That's not a theory anymore. It's something that could definitely happen. Number 5, markets can be completely wrong. They're marketed as truth machines, but they've been wildly off before. Thin liquidity, herding behavior, and big money, often called whales, can create bubbles of nonsense.
So the crowd isn't always wise.
Sometimes the crowd is just loud and overconfident. They're sold as truth machines, but thin liquidity, panic, and manipulation create bubbles of delusion. They've missed big before, and when they're wrong, millions lose everything, while the narrative was shaped by the wrong odds. Number 4, it warps how we see reality. News outlets now report prediction markets give Trump a 55% chance. Like it's gospel. That number starts shaping opinions instead of just reflecting them. It becomes self-reinforcing.
So we're letting gamblers set the narrative?
Pretty much. Media now breathlessly reports prediction markets give House Bill X a 68% chance of winning. The prediction then infiltrates the social media sphere, further reinforcing this viewpoint. That number starts driving votes, donations, and coverage. It becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. Now imagine a company that will benefit from that bill pouring cash into Polymarket. Number 3, resolution drama is brutal. Unlike sports betting, where the winner is almost always a certainty, sometimes in the prediction markets, the winner can be confusing. What counts as winning? Markets have fought over tiny wording differences. After Trump mocked Ukraine's Zelensky for being dressed so casually, a bet appeared about whether Zelensky would wear a suit before a certain date. Some $50 million was in dispute. When it seemed that Zelensky had worn a suit, shown here, it was first judged yes, but then was later changed to no. Now I'm no fashion expert, but that appears to be a suit.
So let me get this straight. I could win and still lose.
Exactly. The House, or the ambiguous rules, always finds a way. What counts as winning? Polymarket has had whales hijack resolutions with governance tokens, basically the voting rights on those platforms' governance. Kalshi once froze millions because of a wording dispute. Good luck getting paid when the lawyers or token holders get involved. Number 2, it turns everything into a bet. Weather, celebrity deaths, Supreme Court rulings, sports, politics. Soon will be, will your boss get fired this quarter? Or even worse, everything becomes gambling fodder.
That sounds exhausting.
It is, and it's only going to get worse. There isn't really any limit on what you can bet on outside of crimes. Of course, if you had a bet on a team and you had the top player kidnapped or worse, your bet would be that much more likely to win. Nothing is sacred in the wild, wild west of prediction markets. Number 1, you can help rig an election legally. Let's talk about something that sounds insane. You can help influence an election outcome without voting.
That sounds extremely illegal.
Not necessarily. See, prediction markets don't just measure opinion. They can create it. Imagine a political market where candidate A is trading at 80%. Every headline starts saying, markets now give candidate A an 80% chance of winning. People see it, donors see it, volunteers see it, voters see it, and the market becomes the news. See how that works? Now imagine a billionaire or a group of wealthy traders, and they decide to spend millions buying candidate A contracts. Not because they believe candidate A will win, but because they want everyone else to believe candidate A will win.
Wait, so they're buying perception?
Now you're getting it. The trade itself can become a headline. The headline changes public perception influences behavior. Behavior influences elections. It's a feedback loop.
So you're saying anyone could lose money on purpose to create momentum?
People spend billions on political advertising. Compared to that, moving a prediction market might be cheap. And unlike a campaign ad, the media often treats market predictions as if they're objective reality. And as a bonus, election contribution laws don't count.
So it's not exactly rigging the election, It's rigging the scoreboard people are watching?
Bingo. If enough people believe a winner is inevitable, some stay home, some switch sides, some open their wallets, and suddenly a market that was supposed to predict the future is helping create it.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah, the best propaganda is the kind people think is just data. Well, there you have it. Look, prediction markets aren't necessarily evil. Some of them give useful signals and can be fun in small doses. But when you turn a future into a casino, don't be surprised when the house and the whales win.
So should I just delete the app already?
Well, it's too late because I already did it for you. If you're going to bet on the future, bet on yourself, not on whether a politician says the right thing on Tuesday. If you're deep in this stuff, take a break, touch grass, read a book that doesn't update every 30 seconds. Have you ever lost money on a prediction market? Be honest, let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more things they don't put in the brochure. And as always, keep climbing.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.